Guys, what is going on? My name is Ryan. I play chess and put my videos on YouTube. Today I've got a really cool video for you. It's the French defense exchange variation, but I do see this often enough that I'm happy to talk about it since you know that I love the French defense so much. I also like this game because it's opposite side castling. There's some pins involved, and I get to show pawn push on the queen side and show how to attack in a opposite side castling scenario. Also, lastly, it involves one of the most challenging mates ever. It's a Blackburne mate, and it basically uses 3 minor pieces to deliver checkmate. So it's a very interesting game. Anyways, it starts off with the exchange, and he goes ahead and delivers check. I go ahead and develop a minor piece, bring my bishop out. He attacks my pawn. I go ahead and defend it, and he threatens to break open my king side since my bishop can't take it by pinning this knight. I go ahead and just castle and get out of that problem, and he goes ahead and castles on the queen side. It's a fast game. He's still yet to develop anything on the king side, but at the same time he wants to sort of start to push these pawns. However, I want to start to push my pawns over here. So I go ahead and threaten to remove this bishop and take the queen, and the queen goes ahead and gets out of the way right away. And by him moving here, I don't really know what he's doing here. This allows me to start my queenside expansion with my pawns. Now this is a very important thing whenever there's opposite side castling, and I'll show you kind of the importance of it later. He moves his queen back to the square he should have gone to originally, and I start my push. I want to threaten to remove this knight at any point, so I start that. He goes ahead and ignores it, probably starting to feel some pressure. However, I'm not too worried about this because it allows me to open up this rook on this nice central open file, and it also puts another attacker on this diagonal towards the king. So he moves here, and as soon as they make, which is another interesting point you can think of in your own games when there's opposite side castling, but when they make their first pawn move, that's the pawn you kind of want to attack to start to rip open the their king safety. So he makes that move, and I immediately respond by pushing for my 4th pawn up against this king. How many pawns does he have going against me? None. He's playing the opposite side castling wrong. These pawns are going to serve as kind of a wave to start to open up some lines, and that's really what you're trying to do, is open up lines by using these pawns. Open up lines to attack his king. Whereas, and what you should be thinking of is it's really it's a time race. As soon as you can get 2 pawns headed towards your king, then you need to start defending. So it's a race against time because I have these going. So he already knows that he's going to be defending for the rest of the game. Anyways, he drops his knight back, and I bring my knight here, reinforcing this pawn push to b4. He develops his first piece on my king side, I guess. I push pawn. He doesn't accept the exchange. I bring my queen to the white side's king side to add another attacker. And start to gather my pieces towards the king side. I'm attacking, remember, and now this also gives me validation to think about pushing this pawn again. He goes ahead and stops this idea by pushing his own pawn. I develop my last minor piece and connect my rooks. He develops a pawn, and I push for the center. I want central control now. He goes ahead and takes, and I take back with the knight. I've got some really interesting ideas now, simply because the board is so flipped, in that I have all my attackers on his side, and I'm going to be trying to attack. So he tries to exchange queens. It's probably a very good move for him if he's able to exchange queens, simply because exchanging queens would simplify the game. But I don't want to do that. Instead, I drop it back, knowing that he cannot attack anything. He's got no reason being over here where all my pieces are, and I immediately go ahead and take advantage of that and just go ahead and kick the queen away. He has to move back to what was probably an original square. This allows me to come in with a discovered check while threatening this diagonal right here on the queen. So the queen has to move now, and he's feeling really uncomfortable. He moves it once there, and this allows me to come in with a nice mate. Yes, he's able to take this pawn now, but it doesn't really matter. This queen is doing a good job attacking this pawn right here, so he has to defend that. I think in the game he doesn't, and I take advantage of it in what's a Blackburne mate. He takes the pawn, and this is checkmate right here. This is the Blackburne's mate. Blackburne's mate is when one bishop gives check, protected by a knight that covers one flight square, while the other bishop covers the other escape squares. This is a really challenging mate to come upon, and I'm happy to have this as my first example. My queen is protecting my bishop, which is giving the check. The knight is taking away these 2 escape squares, and the bishop is taking away 1 flight square. It shows good coordination with pieces, and I thought it was a really pretty mate. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day, and I wish you the best of luck in your chess. Bye. What's up, guys? Thanks again for watching my video here today. I really appreciate it, and If you have any questions about any specific moves or anything about the game, please leave them below. I'd love to answer those. And last but not least, if you got anything out of this video at all, or you just simply enjoyed it, I would highly encourage you to subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and that way you can, get in touch with any future videos that I put out. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, and good luck in your chess.